Hey, it's me again. I do have another Aaliyah request for try again, her look in that video. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I just did a previous one for her Rock the Boat video, so I hope you guys like that one. Again, I'm already based up, just to save time. I'll just go through, simple things. I already have my lashes applied, so I'll really just go through the look with you for that video. Alright, so again, first thing you want to do, I just want to touch up the brows, which are pretty much done, but I had to clean up from the last video, so just want to make sure I got everything the way it should be. And for that video, it's a little bit darker, so I filled in a little bit more, because that's the look that she was going for. The basis for these colors are really just silver and black. It's kind of like a smoky eye with a little bit of silver accent. And then kind of a mask too. So, I'm going to start off again with my Revlon cream base colors. I'm going to use the silver in here and build on top of that. So that will be my basis for everything for this look. No, it's not going to. It's this. Okay, never mind. I'm talking to myself. Not healthy, not healthy. So I'm just going to start off with the silver. And the silver kind of goes over everything. From the interior, which we'll be able to see and just work the shadowing colors around it. But it even goes up to the brows, so you want to get some under there too. So it's kind of a universal start. A little bit on the crease. And go a little farther out from the brow, just because the mask look that she has extends outward. So it's okay to go past the end of your brows. Again, we'll put a little bit in the crease, just to get the build going. It's all over and right under the brow. That keeps it highlighted. Again, your brows are the main features of your face, so it kind of frames everything. If they're off, and it doesn't really work uniformly, so it's okay to extend past. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit under the eyes. Just a little. And then we can always go back and touch up, but the basics are there. Alright, so for the next step, just to reinforce, I have the MAC. This one's called Idle Eyes. It's like a reflective shimmer silver. And I'm just going to kind of go over the cream base that we just did. Just a little bit. Makes it stand out more. Under the brows too. And again, if anything gets a little messed up as far as on your cheeks and stuff, you can always go back and touch that up in the end. So this is pretty much the base. And we build the shadowing parts on top of that. Alright, so instead of going straight to black, I kind of use like a darker gray. I'm going to use my 78 palette. So in the farther crease, I'm going to take a dark gray, not quite black yet, but a darker gray, just to kind of set up the rest of the eye. So in the video, she has the bottom kind of smoked into the mask look and so on and so forth. So we'll just start with the back area. Not quite covering the middle because we want to see that. But everything else extending outward is covered. Just fill it in a little bit. trying to kind of actually inch up and meet the brow to achieve the masked look that she has. And then as you go inward, you don't quite cover the middle, but you go inward enough to create the inner part of her look. Extend downward. And I'm not closing the gap really. One, that's kind of not how she has it in the video. But two, you don't want like a big full circle around your eyes. And then for the bottom, you're just going to go underneath. And again, don't worry if the shadows, because usually darker colors tend to kind of leak down. Don't worry about that. We can always go back and clean it up in the end. And send down a little bit. Alright, then outward. So now the basics of the look is there. You can just go back in and fill in with the black. And then you're gonna kind of do the same thing with the other side. You just fill in. You don't want to cover the center portions, but again, create the look following the bone of your eye. Angle downward, but not quite closing the gap there. And extend outward again, kind of meets your brows, creates the masking look. You can always go back and use your blending brush for that to make it a little more uniform. And again, you're going to take it underneath the eye. Sending outward. So by using the darker gray, you're not kind of locking yourself in. You're able to visually kind of get a picture of what you're doing. And then just extend downward a little bit. And then as you extend outward, very light, you end up going back to blend. So now you can add the black. If we have a darker gray, you can do that too. But since I have black, which is the next step, let's go ahead and do that. So now you just go back in and fill and make it a little more defined. Oh, you just follow what you just did with the gray. And again, don't worry if it kind of falls on your cheeks or something like that. You're fine. Go back and touch that up and fix that. It's least of the worries. Then you just go again under the eye. That's kind of the basis. Take your blending brush, kind of blend the outer portions. Inside too. So now you get to see the silver still in the middle. You haven't lost that effect because that kind of highlights the eyes. And then you have the mask look. And for this one, I'm just going to touch up the silver a little bit on the inside there. I'm filling my brows a little bit more. Just a tinge. That's not even a word. You know what I mean. Just a smidget into the darker areas. Okay, that's the basis. Then at this point, you apply your lashes. Where is my? Oh, there it is. Which I've already done, so I don't have to worry about that. Just gonna go back and fill in a little bit with the black. You don't really need to see it much because you have a dark look going on here. I'm just doing a little bit. Underneath the eye, you would line black for this look. You never want to underline your eye with the liquid. Always use a pencil. Easy roll-on pencils, kohl pencils are really good. I'm doing it slightly underneath my lash because I still want to see a little bit of the lighter silver color on top. You apply your mascara, which I've already done, so I'm not going to do that step. Now I can see a little bit here that I need to clean up, so I'll just take a Q-tip and some makeup remover and slightly dab off the black that's fallen down. And then you can kind of clean out the line as needed, because we'll just go back and touch up for our foundations, which is easy. It'll look a little funny, but you just go back underneath with your highlighting color, your lighter foundation, quick touch up. I'm not worried about it being super duper perfect, even though it's a little darker down here. But you'll get the overall look and effect. Now, I usually suggest when you're doing darker eyes just to do your foundations and stuff last. That way you don't have to worry about this whole step, but at least you'll be able to get the look. Okay. Clean that up. Okay. Alright, that's good enough for now. Touch it up with a little bit of powder. Some matte powder again. Keep the face looking a little fresh. And for her lips, she kind of has like a peach nude thing going on. So I'm going to use my Jordania latte and fill in the lips. And then on top of that, add a little gloss. So simple. I'm going to use kind of like a pink gloss. In the video, her lips are a little like a peachy pink. So I'm just going to add a little color by using this pink here. Not a lot, because it's a little concentrated, but with the nude, it's not that bad. And so that is the try again video for Aaliyah. So I hope you guys liked it. Again, if you have any more requests, I love your requests. I love your comments and your feedback. So really feel free to leave me any messages and let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you later. So make sure you can see that. You guys have a good one. I appreciate it. Bye.